Today is Monday, October 1st, 2012. Welcome to Recommendation Monday here on Pretty Much It, where every week we tell you guys about the movies, video games, music, and comic books coming out because of the wonderful things he does. As I just said, it is now officially October, which means it's almost time for Nyctophobia. If you don't know what Nyctophobia is, it's a haunted house that I run. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you know I've been into haunted houses. I've been doing my own, and it's almost time for this year's event. We're actually doing a limited, private, invitation-only event this year. It's not open to the public, but if you are on Long Island and you'd like to get an invitation to this event, definitely click the link down in the info to go to facebook.com/nyctophobiahaunt and like the page so that you can stay up to date on all the details. Also, if you aren't on Long Island but you want to know the details and you want to help us out, please like us on Facebook anyway, and let's cue the thunder and lightning so I can change back into my other shirt. So let's get into this week, starting off with movies. First things first, we've got Taken 2. I love Taken. I'm sure a lot of people did, but I'm not sure about Taken 2. I'm hearing bad things. I'm sure it'll be a stupid fun time, so there you go. A movie I am looking forward to is Frankenweenie, because when I was a little kid, I was a huge fan of Tim Burton's original Frankenweenie short, so I can't wait to see what he does as a feature length. I think it looks like a serious return to form for Tim Burton, and I'm really excited. Also expanding from its limited release is VHS, and in limited release is Butter. Let's move on from movies to DVDs coming out this week. Another Tim Burton movie, we've got Dark Shadows. Could you imagine being so big and so busy that you've got a new movie coming out and a DVD coming out? It's insane, and that's Tim Burton for you. But unfortunately, I didn't care for Dark Shadows. If you liked it, it's coming out, so there you go. I am, however, very excited for two other DVDs coming out this week, and you may not have heard of them. First off, we've got Sound of My Voice, which was actually my #1 favorite movie of 2011. I'm so excited this is out on DVD. I will be showing everyone I know. I will be watching it probably 10 to 50 times in the next week, but definitely check it out. Another one that I don't know exactly how I feel about and I need to watch again because I was so kind of confused about certain things. I only saw it once at Sundance, Red Lights. Definitely check it out if you're interested in, well, first of all, if you're interested in a follow-up to Buried from Rodrigo Cortez, but also if you're into, I don't know, kind of mind-bending. It almost has like a Shyamalan feel to it, early Shyamalan, so check it out if that interests you. And the last DVD I'd like to mention is the Season 1 collection of New Girl, which is one of my favorite new shows. New Girl, new show, get it? Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I think it's awesome. And that's it for movies and DVDs. Now let's move on over to Jake to see what video games are coming out this week.
Thanks, Eric. I've been saying this a lot recently, but it's another good week for video games. It's going to be a good week for video games pretty much every week forever now. Things are really picking up. So let's start off with what we have this week. First, we have NBA 2K13. I like basketball as much as the next guy. These games are great. They look great. So this is awesome. The second thing coming out that excites me is Nights into Dreams, the HD remake coming out for PS3 and 360. This was a really classic game for the Sega Saturn, for those of you who were around then. It was a really cool, really unique, interesting game. And I'm excited to see how it aged well, because Jet Set Radio Future didn't age well. A lot of these HD remakes are kind of showing their suckiness, but I think Nights could be interesting, especially because it's a classic Sega game. So we'll have to see when it comes out. And last but not least, Resident Evil 6 is coming out this week. It actually wasn't really that long of a wait. They kind of just announced it and then it came out. It looks alright. I don't know if you guys have played the demo, but I have. I've heard a lot of things. It's certainly going to be interesting. So we're going to be playing it and we're going to be reviewing it. Let's move on over to Kevin with the music.
Hey everybody, Kevin here with your music updates for the week. So the first major album release this week is Muse's The Second Law. This is their 6th studio album, and the title is referring to the second law of thermodynamics. This album is an eclectic mix of dubstep, Queen, and U2. We hear the dubstep on Unsustainable, we hear the Queen in Survival, and U2 is just kind of something that Muse sort of channels. They wanted to do something different with this album, and the mix of genres is something that is kind of interesting, and for me, I enjoy it a lot. The album is getting mixed reviews, although there are more positive reviews than negative reviews. The second major album released this week is Chris Renee's I'm Right Here. Chris Renee, you might recognize him from the 2011 X Factor season. Although he didn't win, he came in 3rd place. Although I think he is finding success in putting out an album this year after 1 year ago being a drug addict, alcoholic, and a trash collector. This album is said to have a bunch of poppy songs with a bunch of really catchy hooks. The lead single off the album is Young Homie, followed by the next single, Trouble, which for me sounds a lot like Jason Mraz's I'm Yours. Maybe I'm wrong, but hey, that's just what I think. Now for my music recommendation for the week, I recommend that you listen to Sweet Swedish House Mafia featuring John Martin's Don't You Worry Child. This song, for me, reminds me of if, say, Calvin Harris and the lead singer of Lost Prophets, Ian Watkins, did a song together. This is what it would be, except they're from Sweden. So maybe I'm wrong again, but hey, that's just what I think. So if you want to listen to Don't You Worry Child, please click on the link in the info. Now here's Andrew with our comics section.
Thanks, Kevin. So this week in comics, we have Minimum Carnage #1. Venom and Scarlet Spider team up to take on Carnage. The past few Carnage series have been really good. Carnage USA and just Carnage. Though they're both really good series. Carnage and Carnage USA tied in. I'm assuming that this one does as well, so definitely check out those other 2 arcs. And from DC Comics, we have Before Watchmen, Rorschach #2. Get it. This week from DC Comics, we have Animal Man #13. This is the first issue in a 4-part story. The Rot has finally taken over Earth, and Buddy Baker is caught right in the middle of it. There's supposed to be some cool guest stars in this issue as well. The same thing goes for Swamp Thing #13. The Rot has taken over Earth, cool guest stars, pick them both up. And this week from Image Comics, we have Non-Humans #1. This is a brand new 4-issue miniseries. 26 years have passed since a NASA probe brought a strange disease that has been causing many toys to come to life. I guess it's kind of like a Blade Runner meets Toy Story type of deal. And that's it for comics. Now back to Eric.
Thank you, gentlemen, and those are all your movies, video games, music, and comic books coming out this week that we think you should check out. Before you go, click the links down in the info to vote in the polls. First of all, we've got the Monday poll for next Monday's episode of Recommendation Monday. What album would you like to see Kevin feature in the music section? And also, you know, vote or don't vote. I guess it doesn't matter at this point because I think people got confused. We have a poll about would you pay $1 to rent like a special episode of Pretty Much It. People got confused. I don't know if it's even worth voting anymore, but it is what it is. It's there. And that's it for this week's episode of Recommendation Monday. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you're excited about, what you're not excited about, anything you want about anything in the world, I suppose. Actually, just keep it relative to the show, please. I hope you have a great week. I will see you guys again on Friday, and that's pretty much it.